Coming to you from FPA at Shannon Forest, Studio 402. This is Crusader Network News.
And I'm Charlie Cartledge. Welcome to Crusader Network News. It's Thursday, November 12th, 2020. Yesterday was Veterans Day, and to honor all our veterans, all of our reporters today will be wearing t-shirts representing our military and our country in some way.
That's right. We are proud to celebrate the members of our armed forces who served in the past or are currently serving. Here are some of our students to tell us a little more about Veterans Day.
Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day.
An armistice is when enemies agree to stop fighting for a time and there is peace.
An armistice is what ended World War I on November 11, 1918. It was the 11th month, the 11th day, and on the 11th hour of that day that this happened.
Armistice Day was first observed on the first anniversary of the end of World War I, November 11, 1919. Years later, in 1954, the name of that day was changed to Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is a day for us to remember the brave men and women in our armed forces who have served our country in the past and in the present.
It's a day to remember the sacrifices that have been made for us.
It's a day for us to show gratitude and respect for our soldiers.
On Veterans Day, as well as every other day, we need to let our veterans know they are not forgotten. We thank all of our veterans for their service.
Thank you, guys. Later in the show, we have a special treat for you. We will hear from an incredible 100-year-old World War II veteran. You are not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned.
For now, let's move on to our school news. There will be no school November 23rd through November 27th. This is our Thanksgiving break. I think we're all looking forward to that.
He's right about that. Our Toys for Tots toy drive begins next Monday. This event is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps, and we are proud to support them in this great cause. Here is Sadie Chapman to tell us how you can help.
Our Toys for Tots toy drive begins Monday, November 16th. As you can see, we already have a lot of toys. We have wooden blocks, slime, a skateboard, jump ropes, toy cars, stuffed animals, and even a baby telephone. We need toys for kids of all ages. The toys are for kids that might not get presents for Christmas without our help. We have collection boxes like this in the early childhood building, the lower school building, and the upper school building. Our goal is 400 toys. You can bring your toys November 16th through December 9th. Thank you for your help.
Thanks, Sadie. As she said, you can start bringing your toys to school on Monday, November 16th. Just look for the Toys for Tots collection boxes around the school.
To help us reach our goal of 400 toys, we are partnering with our amazing athletics department to hold a Toys for Tots toy collection night at the Crusader basketball games on Friday, November 20th. We will be accepting toys as well as money to buy toys.
Thanks again to Coach Thompson and Coach Garrigan for making this possible. And speaking of sports, our winter sports season begins this week with some great basketball. You can check out the full schedule of our sports events at firstpresacademy.com. Go Crusaders! Now it's time for our birthdays. Here's Ava Segrist to tell us who to celebrate this week.
We have a few birthdays to announce this week. This past Tuesday was the 245th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. That's pretty awesome. 5th grader Abe Wallace will celebrate his birthday Saturday, November 14th. And 1st grader Parker Law has a birthday Sunday, November 15th. Happy birthday!
Thanks, Ava, and happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Be sure to see your teacher for one of these really cool birthday pencils from your friends at Crusader Network News. We all love to hear a funny joke. Here are Lucy Womack and Andrew Rawlings to tell us something funny.
Hey Andrew, you want to hear a funny joke?
Sure, what is it?
Why were the soldiers so tired on April 1st?
I don't know. Why were the soldiers so tired on April 1st?
Because they just got finished with a 31-day march.
That was pretty funny. Now it's time for Picture Ponder. I don't think I know what the picture was from last week. Here's Serenity Brooks with that report.
Each week on Picture Ponder, we will show you a portion of a picture and ask you to try to identify it. It will be something you see around the school at some point during the week. We want you to look at the picture and guess what you think it is. Here's the picture we showed you last week, and watch as we reveal the whole picture. We had a lot of guesses this week. In fact, Mrs. Samuelson's entire class turned in a guess, and they were exactly right. Grace Grodecki also turned in a correct guess. Great job, guys. Now here's the picture to ponder for this week. Do you think you know what it is? Write your guess down on a piece of paper along with your name and turn it into Miss Seller's box in the office by Monday, November 16th. We will reveal the whole picture next week. Happy hunting!
Thanks, Randy. I wonder what that picture is. We have some pretty fabulous students, teachers, and administrators at our school, and we want you to know just how special we think you are. Here's Campbell White with a little twist to our spectacular superstars for this week.
We have some pretty wonderful students, teachers, and administrators at our school. Each week on Crusader Network News, we usually name 7 of our Shannon friends that we will be praying for that week. But this week, we're going to do something a little different. We'll be honoring all of the veterans that came to our school to participate in the Veterans Day video. These men and women are either currently serving or have served in the past. Here are our spectacular superstars for this week. Sergeant First Class Brittany Conley, South Carolina Army National Guard. Captain Catherine Liesel Lund, South Carolina Army National Guard. Petty Officer 3rd Class Jerry Gooch, United States Navy. Technical Sergeant Tommy Dodgens, United States Air Force. First Lieutenant Michael Weaver, South Carolina Army National Guard. Specialist Noah Weaver, South Carolina Army National Guard. Retired combat veteran Jerry D. Para, United States Army. Technical Sergeant Todd Hofsteller, United States Air Force. And World War II veteran Mr. Lloyd S. Green, United States Army. Please post these names somewhere in your classroom to remind you who to pray for. We will make sure they get a special Superstars pencil to let them know just how special they are to God and to us. We thank all of our veterans for their service. Congratulations.
Thanks, Campbell. Please pray for the veterans you named this week, as well as all of our veterans. Remember we told you earlier in the show that we had a very special guest today? Well, it's time to meet him. Actually, if you watched the Veterans Day video, then you've already heard a bit of his story.
Lucy Womack sat down a couple weeks ago with World War II veteran Mr. Lloyd S. Green to hear about his time during the war. Mr. Green turned 100 years old on February 29th this year. That's a pretty cool birthday to have. Let's listen to what Mr. Green has to say about his time in the service.
I know you celebrated your 100th birthday earlier this year. That's pretty amazing. How old were you when you began your service, and what was your job, or MOS, in the Army?
I was drafted in November the 26th, 1941, and they sent me to Fort Jackson. I stayed in Fort Jackson 3 days. Then they sent me to Fort Eustis to take 13 weeks of basic training. And we was training on anti-aircraft guns. Yeah, I was driving a 2.5 ton truck in the war. And I pulled behind the truck a 40mm gun.
I understand that you took the Queen Mary to England when you first shipped out. Where were some of the places you served?
But we got on the Queen Mary at night. and it took us 6 days for it to get over there. We had an escort the first 2 days out, then the Queen Mary traveled so fast, they left the escort back and they went, and the reason it took so long, they zigzagged going across the Atlantic Ocean, so the Germans couldn't get a bearing on which way they was going. And we landed in Glasgow, Scotland. I went all through way in North Africa. The last stronghold the Germans had was in Tunisia. And the Germans tried to make a hold on it, but they finally took it. Then I left there and went to Corsica. Then I went to Naples. Then I went to France. Then I went on all through Germany. And I had a lot of experiences along those trips. Some of the top-ranked officers into Marseille for a meeting. I had a full colonel and a major and a captain. They told me to park across the street because Marseille was blacked out and they were still snipers in the town. They told me to park across the street, and I did. Well, I saw 2 people standing over on the street dressed in military clothes. They approached me. At that time, for some reason, I didn't carry my gun. They come to me and say, "We're gonna take your Jeep." And I remember that more than anything. And I had all those officers down there. If they'd have took my, I tried to get them to let me carry them. I said, "I'll carry y'all anywhere you want to go." They wouldn't do that. So they stuck a knife in my side. And I got out of the Jeep and run down in front and hollered for the MPs. And then when they tried to start the Jeep, it wouldn't start. So they run. I run back up and got in the Jeep. First time I turned it, cranked right up. Then I circled around and picked the MPs up. We found those 2 guys. They brought them down, and the officers asked me if I wanted to press charges. I said, "No, I don't want to press charges." I said, "I'm trying to get home just like they are." And I brought that gun home. One of my grandsons got that knife now. They give it to me and I brought it home.
You were at Normandy in the Battle of Bulge. Those were important times during the war. What was it like for you to be there?
Well, the Battle of the Bulge was one of the last big rush the Germans made. They was thought they could, it was around Belgium and Luxembourg and all in that area. But like I say, we give anti-aircraft protection to the field artillery. One time we pulled those big trucks in front of the little old mortars where one person dropped in and they fired it, and there was the infantry down there, and they hollered up to us, said, "Y'all get those big trucks out of here, you want to get us all killed?" So we turned around and went back. We got in front of the infantry. But like I say, we didn't make any, we always come in later to protect the advanced fighter bases and the field artillery and that sort of thing. Normandy was the same. We didn't go in. We'd come in after they made the landing and protect them. We did protect the field artillery people and the advanced fighter. In North Africa, we went right up to the edge of the Sahara Desert to protect an advanced fighter base. And when we did, they said, at night, if you pull your shoes off, make sure you turn them down and shake them because there's a lot of scorpions up there. One night I got up and I did. I shaked my boot and out come a scorpion. So they didn't never have to tell me no more.
You received many medals during the time in your Army, including 5 Bronze Stars and 1 Silver Star. Which medal were you most proud of to receive and why?
I put a lot of value on the good conduct medal. Good conduct medal.
Yes.
If a soldier stays in the service almost 4 years and not get in trouble, he was a pretty good soldier. But for the Valiant one, the Silver Star was the highest medal that I had, an American medal. And the way I got it, I was in 5 major combat zones. And when you're in 5 major battles, they give you a Silver Star. And that's how I got that one.
Thank you for coming to the school to share your experiences with us. Thank you for your service and your courage during your time in the war.
I was happy to come and express some of my experiences with them.
That was amazing. Mr. Green served from November 26, 1941 to September 24, 1945. We are grateful to him for taking time to come to our school and tell us some incredible stories about serving during World War II. You can watch some more of his interview on YouTube. Just look for interview with 100-year-old World War II veteran Mr. Lloyd S. Green.
We hope you'll take time to do that. You can also watch our Veterans Day video called We Remember, a tribute to our veterans, on YouTube. We are so proud to honor our veterans. That's our show for today. Remember to always try your best and do everything in a way that brings glory and honor to God. We'll see you next week. Bye! Bye!